Good evening, everyone. Now, in this session, we are going to talk about how to leverage AI to get value from the data. That's the whole purpose. So let me share my screen and we'll start from there. Do let me know when my screen is visible to you all. Is the screen visible to you all?
Yes, Gopalji.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So the idea of this session is that how can we extract business value using data science? And this session is being conducted by Pro-Data Science in association with Start Lab Academy. And Abhay is from Start Lab Academy. And the whole purpose is that how do you extract business value using AI for the data to apply data science. Very quick introduction about our organization. We are on a mission to democratize machine learning and data science. And very soon, the moment we'll go towards the end, you'll understand what is the need for democratizing machine learning and data science. And there are three areas where we are involved. We are providing consultancy in AI and data science area. Comprehensive means like almost covering the entire spectrum of data science. Secondly, we take pride in saying that we participate in skill build-up program where people can really go with the competency, not just the training where what you are training it doesn't matter. No, we are very concerned that people should go with some outcome. And third is that we have some no-code AI platform which you will see even today. For a better reception, what I'm going to do now, first thing that I'm going to switch off camera now so that the focus is on just the screen and we can just remain focused on the screen. So who we are right now, there are two participants from Pro-Data Science team who is there, myself and my partner Mr. Rajesh Davar. Collectively we have 5 decades of BFSI experience across risk collections and marketing. We have worked as head of analytics at multiple places. Secondly, we have trained more than 1,000 people on job throughout our career, and throughout our career we have done those things which are like really more complex for others. We have done those things very well. Additionally, we have more than 18 publications and more than 121,000 students on Udemy. Udemy is an online platform where people can put courses. So here these are the number of students that I have, and you can see the review, 13,000 review, and many courses are like very highly rated online. I have more than 21 lakh views on YouTube also. So that's about related with educational purposes. Now coming back to other stuff, the purpose of this session is to explain things without jargons so that you become very clear. So first of all, let's understand what is the business value of data. For many people, there is no value of data. Every data is same, just tables and some. So we are going to take a look at some example which can give you a feeling that there is some value of data. So we will understand this through an example. Let's understand this way, that you are probably a institute who has gone and given your prospectus to 100,000 people, 100,000 students across the city, and finally 1,000 people became your customer, means they ultimately took admission with you, right? Now if I can actually put number in the cost and everything in whatever way, but right now I'm showing in dollars. If you look at 1% people took and $2, so the numbers are bare minimal and you can easily calculate. That's why I put number in dollar rather than INR. So you targeted 1 lakh people, 1,000 became your customer. If you look at, you spent 2 lakh rupee, $2 lakh just so that you can give a brochure, a CD, and some detail about you, leaflet about yourself. You distributed to 1 lakh people, ultimately 1,000 became your customer. So if you think of, just to get one person, you spend 2 lakh divided by 1,000 means $200, and not necessarily your profit per person can be this much. Sometimes it is less, if it was $100 per person, then you are at a loss from the very beginning. Will you be happy with this kind of situation? Obviously not, because this is a hugely costly affair. Just by forgetting people, you are actually going to lose a fair bit of amount, because you are targeting so many people, and then your management can say that you are targeting blindly. So what is the expectation? They are, your management can come and say that can you do some kind of data science by which you target less number of people and still can get almost same number of people. So the idea is that you had 1% people who responded. Your management is asking that is there a possibility that you work on probably just 20,000 people and can get 900 customers. So if you look at what he is saying, work with 20% of the population and can get 90% of the responder, the people ultimately got. What you need to understand, if you are doing something like that, obviously there is another bunch which has 80,000 people and only 100 customers, right? So what is the whole purpose? The whole purpose is that can you get almost all the responder by working on a small part of the population? So idea is that if you can get, by working on just 20,000, if you can get 900 customers, what is the benefit? The benefit is that now your cost will, now if you look at your response rate is 4.5%. If the cost was $2, then you spend $40,000 per person, is 40,000 by 900, approximately $45. So it is almost 1/5 of the cost that you were having earlier, correct? With me, all of you?
Yes.
Right? So that's a huge saving, right? Huge saving. But the question comes, is it really possible? Is it that easy that, from the data, you can get that prospect who has the high chance of taking, right? That's the kind of thing for which data science has been known for years. And honestly speaking, that is the reason the data science folks have been paid very heavily over time. Now, it is possible or not, we will really see through an example that where does AI come into the picture and how does it help. But right now we'll park this question, that the whole task is that by working on a small part of the population, we can get almost all the responder or not. That's the question. But what you need to understand, that is what is business value of the data? Any insight that help you to take decision. So what is the insight here? Who has the high chance of taking your product? What it will do? It will probably enhance revenue, reduce loss. Reduce loss can happen also in one other way. Now think of this situation where you gave credit card to 1 lakh people and 1,000 became defaulter. What will you prefer, this guy or this guy? In this situation, there are 20,000 people who have given you 900 defaulters here, and here you have 80,000 people and only 100 defaulters. In risk situation, you go behind this guy. In marketing situation, you go behind this guy where there is too much response. In risk, you go where there is much less response, means much less bad, right? So if you look at the whole purpose is classification. Classify one group from another so that you can focus on someone who is of interest. In case of marketing, you are trying to enhance revenue. In case of risk, you are trying to reduce loss. In case of again marketing or sales, you are trying to improve productivity. One more business value that we will talk towards in the second demo is knowing the market size. What is the market size? Like what you can say about the market opportunity in the month of, let's say, what is going to be the total credit card market size in the month of, let's say, October, right? That's the Deepavali time. Do you think knowing these things has business value? Yes or no? Let me see all of you by chance. So you think that's a business value, right? Any doubt on this?
Yeah, it has business value.
It has business value. Thank you so much. Now let's go back to the second point, and this question that we have parked, is it really possible, that we will come. Now let's understand what is AI, and we will understand everything through the most simplistic example. So AI, artificial intelligence, everybody knows. is a system which can take decisions. Is it a new thing? Probably not. If you think of, if you keep your fridge quite open for quite some time, it starts giving you some kind of sound warning. So actually, the system is built in which takes decision that okay, it is open and it should not remain open. So it takes it. But has it been applied everywhere? No. And that's what you will see very soon, very quickly right now. And I will prove you that how AI is changing. So let's understand, and we will understand some of these things through AI. So before we understand through AI, let's just look into this particular example. So if you are in Excel, right, Microsoft Excel, and if you have to get data, external data, you click here and you go here, you click on and you say from file, CSV go here, Excel you go here. So if you think of who is applying brain, it is you. You are knowing, okay, I need to get external data, so I need to click on this menu and I need to click on this. I need to go here, CSV go here, XML go here, JSON you go here. It means it is you who is applying the brain. And that is so true about many of the software which are world's leader right now. Even if you talk of, for that example, Tableau, Power BI, ultimately it is you who is going, okay, this kind of data, let's import it this way. Now let's understand another situation, just another situation. So here you have a data. This is the data that you have. In this data, if you look at, there are 23 columns, right? And in this data, there is one column which is actually telling you that who took your product. This is the data that is telling you who took your product, yes or no. When it is yes, it means people took it, and if you look at, approximately 11% people have taken your product. There is one more task that you are doing. There is train and test. So train is something like January data and test is February data. You want to develop data, you want to find rules on January data and you want to validate it on February data. Now if you look at, just look at the count in the train. So in the train you have 32,000 people, right? In the train data. In this train data you have some 3,700 people who ultimately took your product. Now let's understand that, what can AI be in this situation? So AI can be, this is our thing that we are talking, and through this we are going to demonstrate really the AI, right? So look at the first thing. If you recall, just now I showed you in Excel that in Excel it is you who is applying the brain. Now look at here, CSV, Excel, Pickle, anything you are applying at the same place. So it means who is applying brain? It is human or it is system? Anyone will like to answer? In earlier situation it was human, right? You thought what kind of data it is, you are putting accordingly. Here every kind of data you are putting at one place. So what is applying the brain? Which is applying the brain, right? System, correct? I'm connected, right?
Right.
Right. So it is system which is applying the brain. Now the second intelligence comes, and those people like, you have analytics people here who can easily vouch for what I'm talking. Once you have got the data, right, there are many steps that is supposed to take place in data, right? Just by getting data, it's not, in that data you create several variables and everything. If a system knows with the data what it needs to do, then the system is intelligent. Like if you look at, when it read the data, it read 23 column. But by the time you reach here, right, and if you look at how many columns it has created, it would have created lot of columns on its own. So here the system knows how to create several things. If you look at, this is how it is doing, and it is creating several variables on its own. So it derived here, if you look at now, it has, because it's starting with 0, so from 23 column it reached to 57. So the system knows what to do, and the system is giving you what kind of thing it can do. So what kind of thing it has done? Let me show you an example of what kind of thing it has done. So let's say there was a term depth was kind of thing there, right? If you recall, there was a term depth kind of stuff that was there. You see now it is doing term depth yes, term depth no. what is this term depth, right? Let's take a look at the count so that you can understand what the system is doing. So if you take a look, wherever term depth was yes, it created term depth yes as 1, otherwise no. So it created binary variable 0 1, and several kind of things that data science folks do. The system, the AI is capable enough to do those things on its own. Now what is the whole purpose of doing that, right? So let's understand the purpose. So first of all, the third example of AI that I'm going to talk, everybody in the last 30 years has talked as if like drag and drop is the panacea of everything. But we believe drag and drop was an approach, was very good an approach, but this is the time that drag and drop should get killed. We really mean it. What we mean, what is the need for you to drag and drop? Why can't system drag and drop? So what I mean here, let's say you are here and let's say you say that okay, no, I am not interested in model building. My system should become blank, right? Blank means it should not show any option because I have no intention of doing any model building. Whenever I am doing some kind of model building, let's say supervised, and I'm doing some kind of model building, it should give me prompt which is pertaining to model building only. So here the system is dragging and dropping in front of you. Secondly, it should give me options which are applicable. So look at, when it is numerical, it is giving you linear regression, random forest, regression kind of option. You say no, I am interested in knowing that who takes term deposit product. I want to know that. If the system is intelligent, it should show different chart because it knows that in case of binary, what kind of chart you should look at. Ideally, people look at the pie chart because in case of binary, there is no point looking at the histogram, right? Because histogram is good for numeric variable. Secondly, it should show only those options which are applicable. Now, if you look at showing classification kind of option, let's say I go for classification tree. I say that okay, I need to remove term depth no because it's linked with the dependent variable, and just say tick mark yes that I want to proceed. Now those again, like those people who are from data science, they know that this task that it is going to do is a fairly cumbersome task. It's actually going to take select variables which are important. After that, it is going to go ahead, develop model. In model, it is going to give you feature wise importance. Even in help, if you think of, if you are in Excel and you are trying to figure out some help, let's say you want to figure out some help of external data, you will have to come here, you have to type that okay, like getting external data, and then you'll get the help, right? So essentially like everything is there, and then you search what is not getting that, okay, like say external data, probably it will give you something like external link, external data, so you click on. So essentially you are applying brain. Now look at this situation. Here wherever you are, there is a question mark, and whenever you click on question mark, it takes you a particular page so that you are not dying into the ocean of data. So that's where you can say intelligence everywhere. So it developed the model. I'm not going to go into those things. Those who are from modeling, they will know that okay, like how much time it takes. But now take a look here. It says one may go up to node 20 here in above table, whereby working on 25% of population, one can get 90% of the responder, 89.4. Isn't it almost the same stuff that I was talking theoretically, that by working on 20% population, if you can get a 90% of the responder, and that's what it is doing automatically. It is figuring out, it is writing even in the text, and it knows that there are many people who do not know how to read that rule. So it writes even in text so that people can, in fact it does develop dysentery, all those things. In fact it writes rules also, that which is the best segment, where NR implies this, duration is more, P days is less, imply var rate is this. So it's giving you everything that you require. And if you look at it, actually figured out those 22,000 people where there is very less chance of getting any response, 0.8%, and these are the people like where you have 80% responder, 77%. So now let me ask you a question and come back on this pitch. Did it do the job that we were saying, that did AI help you to figure out that profile which has a high chance of responding? Yes or no? You can just put your remark here, thumbs up or anything, reaction. Did it do the job? Yes, thank you so much. So look at, that's the power of AI and what AI is doing. So I'll just talk again about AI. AI, actually, if you look at, and what is the need of democratization? In fact, even reading a data, like reading CSV data, reading pickle data, reading JSON data, everything has got a different module. And even reading the data requires some kind of programming. Creating a chart, creating a table requires you to know that, okay, what you need, a lot of things you need to know. In fact, if you require, data science requires statistics, machine learning, programming, understanding where to click what, and a lot of things. If you look at this, AI actually takes care of these three things very well. It knows what statistics to apply, how to interpret machine learning output, which package to apply, how to create chart, everything. But industry or data understanding is something that you must have, because otherwise you will not be able to interpret the output. Even if it is writing in text, you may get confused. So I should say, like, out of 4 things, 3 things it is enabling very, very well. And what is the need of democratization? Because where you can reach after probably 5 to 10 years of effort, this AI helps you to reach there immediately, and that's why it is enabling. So if you look at this tool, AI, it immediately takes you where you can reach after 5 to 10 years of effort. And what is, like, I'll show you another example, that what is the advantage of that. So obviously, like, using this method, you can do a very good job of classification, and you can stop that kind of portfolio from where either you are not getting any response. So in marketing you will stop that, or you actually can get rid of those kind of profile where there is too much of loss. So essentially in risk kind of situation, you will get rid of those portfolio where there are too much of loss. Now let's, many people think that ChatGPT can everything. No, it cannot. In fact, like this link, if I click on, I can show you. It says that I cannot do advanced analytics right now. And even if you talk of some agents which are, like, right now people talking a lot, like Manus.ai or something, my belief is that those tools are not at the level where it should be, so that it can produce reliable output like XtremeML. The only difference is that why XtremeML can do this kind of thing, because XtremeML has been prepared by those set of people who have spent their life doing this kind of job, and that's why it does that. Now let me show you another example which again takes very long. So let me show you first of all a data so that you can relate much better, and then I will show you that, okay, how does it help. So this is the data that is from RBI. I will just get the RBI data here. So RBI publishes month over month data, and this data is from April 22 to June 25. So if you think of, it has got 39 months of data. It has got actually bank by bank, it has got bank by bank. Bank by bank, it has got number of credit card, purchase value, and everything. Okay, so it has got purchase value, bank, a period. Now look at, there is only one field called period here. If I just do control field and I do period, you'll find only one field like period here, right? And there are 40 columns here. Now look at, in this data, what kind of thing can happen. So those who are from, again, and this time I will do some kind of visualization first, and then I will show, actually let me show you the very fact that I wanted to show, and then I will come back to the same stuff again. Or rather, let me just try to change a bit here. I will show you some part of the data, and then I'll come back again on this. So on this data, right, and look at everything. If I'm not looking at classification of variable, I just said, remove it, and everything is just a tick, no work, nothing needed, no coding needed at all. You just click a button, get that data which we just talked, right, which will be like here available easily, I believe so, right? So it has read the data, Now tell me, like, some of you must be from Tableau, Power BI, all those background, right? Anything that you take requires certain amount of effort to develop dashboard, correct? There is no system, I believe, where you just say that, okay, I am looking at, let's say, bank wide dashboard, and it gives you a dashboard immediately. No tool. Everywhere you put an effort. So here, if you look at again, the tool is taking a call what needs to be done. Now let me show you something more which is more closer. So you have 39 months of data. Can we say month over month data? So if you look at earlier, I showed you there was only one period column, right? Now just see that. So took a look. The system knows how to derive several variables and derived several. So now let me say that, okay, this is the data, and I am going to look at month over month, year and month over month data of how much the total credit card spend has happened over time. Okay, so this is the total credit card purchase value. You do that. Now you take a look. So it has given you the data, and it has also given you, look at here, every year is colored in one go, and everywhere it has been put so nicely that it is only showing you 2 decimal places. So it is always, like properly formatted so that you can read correctly. For any reason you say that you are in India and why the hell you are showing me in billions, you can say that, okay, show me numbers in Indian format. It will start showing you the same graph without any effort. It will start showing you numbers in crores, right? Now if you look at it, it's actually showing in Arab because numbers are big here, and Arabs also 1000 Arabs. But right now just forget about that, we are okay with a million, let it be. I wanted to show you that how like AI can help you at every stage, that AI knows that, okay, if you need to change, what you need to change. Now you have this data, you say this is good, but can I say bank wise, probably 39 months bank wise analysis, which bank is doing good, after that which bank is doing good. So let's say I want to see bank wise. So now here it's the bank wise data it has given. You say, okay, very good, I liked it, but can I get a Pareto? Pareto means which is the biggest, which is the second biggest, like that. You say, I don't even want to put an effort to see which is the second biggest. I want system to do that. Okay, go ahead, say I want to do Pareto. You did Pareto. Now this chart becomes Pareto immediately, and it starts showing you cumulative percentage. Okay, I think the system which is recording is probably taking hell lot of memory, and that's the reason it is slightly slow. But if you take a look, it's HDFC followed by ICICI followed by SBI followed by Axis, and taken together these 4 things make 74% of market. How much business insight you are getting immediately? You are immediately getting that which is the biggest player. You say, okay, this is good, but can I get a pie? Because I probably like pie more than anything. So you are looking at pie chart. Okay, let's take a look at donut chart. So donut chart is pie chart only. So it's giving you HDFC first, then you have ICICI, then you have SBI. You said good enough. You say, can I get this kind of pie for every year separately? So you are essentially saying, can I get pie for every year? So essentially now you are saying, give me for each year, you give me bank wise pie, right? And obviously, when you get this will look ugly. You don't like something like that because it's unreadable. You say fragment it so that I can see for each year separately. So I'm just going to go ahead, I'll say fragment by first X. So now what it will do, it is generating pie for each year separately, right? If those who are from data science background, they know how much time this kind of stuff takes, right? All those, yeah. Okay, now let me show you something more. You say this is superb, but can I see what is the market contribution, how it has changed over time for people? Okay, good enough. That's a very good point. So you are essentially, and you are saying now, you show me quarter by quarter. I don't want month by month. It's too much of data. So okay, quarter by quarter. What you are looking at, what is the market share of the total purchase value, right? So market share, when you are saying, you are essentially not looking at these numbers, right? You are saying that, okay, don't show me, okay, it's showing count, make it sum, because obviously you will not like sum. So you say, who cares for the sum? You say, give me percentage share of everyone. So essentially what you are saying, give me percentage of raw total. So percentage of raw total it has given. You say, okay, this 100 bound to happen. I don't care for the row total. I don't care for the column total. So for each and every, it has given you. Now you say, okay, this is good, but I don't want to do row wise formatting. I want to do column wise formatting so that I know for which bank, which is the best period. So it is telling you, if you look at SBI, it was the best period here. HDFC, the best period is probably somewhere in between. So can the graph also show something? Yes. So if you look at, it is showing you they had the best period here and then here. Now look at SBI, right? SBI and ICICI was doing almost like a wrestling in between, but now SBI went down from here. Now it is again recovering from last 2 quarters, and this is ICICI. It's giving you color wise. Where is the color? So if you look at how fast it can give you, you say this is really good, but probably, you know, I would have preferred to see, you know, like bank wise. Let's say, you know, you will say that, okay, I want to look at bank wise and period wise, and this time you say that, okay, now let's show me probably transaction, not the purchase value, transaction. So you are saying that, okay, show me the transaction, how the transaction is happening, and this time, you know, so look at, you know, we wanted transaction bank wise, you know, and no point doing just say normal value. So take a look here, right? You know, there is no point looking at percentage now, because, you know, there is only one bank. So you'll actually like to see that how the trend is going on. So look at the graph. First of all, the graph is, you know, should be intelligent enough that it puts each bank in a separate color. So what is the advantage? You can actually see this very well. If you want, for any reason you are slightly surprised what is this looking like, if you do this, it expands immediately. So you can look at number. If you are more confused, you can click on it, actually expands even better, right? Something like that. Now if you look at it, created line, and each line is different color. When you are moving the mouse, it's interactive. So this kind of visualization has immediately given you lot of inputs about the data which otherwise people take, and that's what is it doing? It is helping you to develop and gain insight about the market without any effort. Correct? Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Right. Good. Now let's go, and third thing, you can say that, you know, you have the data. Can we know that how the market is going to look like in near future, right? Means you say that, okay, next 6 months. So essentially now you are talking of forecasting, which is actually called time series analysis in the data parlance. So if you look at, now it is asking you different question. As I told you, the AI is taking over everything. In fact, AI is doing 99% of the job that human is supposed to do. So it is saying, okay, what you are supposed to do, I'm saying, it's change the menu. It is asking question which is pertaining to this task. Okay, what you are interested? You are interested in purchase value of this and probably transaction value. Okay, what you want? You want next 6 months of forecast. You want till December. What is going to happen? Do you think data has missing value? There is no missing value. Do you want data to get corrected? No, it's the correct data. Take the sum of the data, and let's say that you show me step by step output, because I want to explain you how things it is happening. So look at, you did something, you know, and look at the timing right now. It's 17:40, right? And again, those who are from the analytics background, you know that, okay, to do a forecasting, it is usually a job of a week, almost. Like, you know, if you have to go do 2 metrics and you have to apply ARIMA, in most often than not, it's a job of a week. So look at, it is giving you the data, then it is applying ARIMA, and an ARIMA, it is applying the best parameter programmatically. Most of the time people apply one single parameter. No, it is finding, it is doing simulation and finding the best parameter value. First it is doing forecast for the purchase value, right? In few seconds this should done, and this should tell you that, okay, you know, what is, yeah, look at, so it simulated a lot, and look at, it changed everything but not the 12, because it knows that when it is a monthly data, there is no point changing that. It did the simulation, it figured out the best model, and it is done the development, and it is showing you the chart, and you can see that, okay, now the market here, this jump is expected, and this is what you are expecting in October month. You are roughly expecting 30,000 crore of extra business in this month of October. Isn't it amazing that it did, and now look at it is doing now for the second variable, transaction count. So it is giving for the transaction count, and again after making the graph, these are something that as a senior we have always asked our people that after making the visualize, forecast so many visualization that I know that you are doing the correct job. The system knows that it should do, and it should do something like that so that everything is becoming in different color, and you can judge it quickly. And that's the kind of thing that artificial intelligence is helping you a lot. It's the biggest enabler that people can think of. Now I will probably talk for few minutes before I start showing something. I will show something because there is time, but before that let me take up some questions if there is any question something, and then I'll probably go and show one more example, probably this time from the text mining area. But those from data science background, they just feel free to what it has done, the supervised machine learning of classification, and that too knowing what to do with the data and what it did for visualization or what it did for time series. Do you think that, I'm just will like to very open to hear, don't you think that AI is helping you absolutely a lot here? Any of you like from data science background, if you like to talk about?
Also, Gopal, there is one more question, which is what software you have used for building this?
This is very much the software that is from us. We have developed it. We have filed patent. The patent has not been granted yet, but it is in the process.
Okay.
This
So
entire
it,
stuff has been developed by us.
okay. So the creating this entire tool, visualization tool, it more looks like a Tableau kind of, but yeah, more Tableau is bigger one, but this is more insightful tool, right? So you used any technology, the back
It's a
technology,
backend is Python.
Python.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And I see many people here from analytics background. Bhaveshwari is there, and there are other
Yes.
people also. Anyone will like to talk about that? Whatever we have done, like in last 30 minutes, kind of, right? You don't you think that AI is helping you very well here?
Yes, Gopal sir, it was really informative. I just wanted to attend your session, so I thought it's a good opportunity. Weekend is there, so yeah, it is informative. And yes, through Python, R, we can do a lot of good things. And I'm happy that you have developed the patent for this AI.
Thank you. Now, because there is, how can we achieve the same result using commonly? Sanjay ji, the commonly known tools will take, there are other people I will be very open if they want to talk about. But usually, like if you go for R or Python, uh, you know, uh, because see the gap actually is like knowing, what to do at every stage. That's one thing. And secondly, like, stitching. So if you look at, even if like you ask me like who has developed this tool, and probably I have everything available in my PC in one go, and you ask me that in lieu of using this tool you copy and paste and do the code, probably even I will take a day to develop just an ARIMA model, because for different kind of data you have different kind of procedure and different kind of way of cleaning, and then so essentially you put lot of time in just stitching together. So you can do it, but only difference that this tool does that here, in, like I must say, like we have put lot of if else, and it knows from which package, if this package is accepting array, how to pass the data, if this package is accepting data frame, how to pass data, if this array is accepting series, how to pass this data, and how to plot the chart and everything, and automatically it is knowing even in each situation which package to use for the charting and everything. And that's where it is helping you a lot. And I think that's what is the AI doing here. Honestly speaking, people who have experienced has done this kind of thing only for the entire life. We have spent our entire life doing this thing. Just to tell you, like, we don't believe whatever it was doing, the variable selection and everything, we have written course of our course, we have written complete tutorial over that. But still after that, we realize that people actually make mistake when it is needed. And that's where there was a thought that, can we do something like programmatically? Because if you look at, we have written very clearly that, okay, if there is a multi-collinearity, what you need to do, we have given complete detail what needs to be done, but people still were making mistake. And that's what this tool does. It actually took over. it take over the what people are doing and helps you so that you don't make mistake, you don't miss out on anything. There is time, enough time. I mean, if there are questions, I'll take it. If there are no questions, then probably I can show you
It's
demo
more,
of one more
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, it is more about testing and trying model, right? Because you have guided many people showing the right path also, but they did made the mistakes, right, Gopalji?
Yes, and I must say, like, being in SBI card, I mean, and many other places, city and other places, we actually used to hire good people from good institute.
Okay.
And what we realized that spite of all these things, people were actually struggling. At times people used to forget, and people are not able to create documentation. Even if they're taking probably 2 days to develop documentation, which is happening here by default. Here, if you want to know every stage that how it is doing, you just do a control P and you can convert that into a PDF. So
Okay.
immediately it does everything. It does everything that you are supposed to be doing as per the T. Like uh, what guideline we used to give to people. That's question that is saying Divya has a very good question, and I think that's a very good question. If the software can do most of the thing human can do, then what should human focus? Okay, that's a very good question that Divya you have asked, and let me answer it this way. And that also puts me into now, in lieu of doing demo, I'll talk a bit. So there is a China model, and talk about China model. What does it mean? That China is able to produce Ganpati, right? Ganpati idols at such a price that even after shipping so much, such a long distance, they are able to flood our market, and many times we are buying idols that is made in China. Why? I mean, we can hate them, but the truth is that they are really excellent in manufacturing. you know so we can hate. I mean, this is the same debate that we had in probably 1750, that what textile people will do when the machines will come. But the English came and they destroyed our entire ecosystem and they took over. I believe, either we like or not, this AI will take over. My suggestion is that, probably India take over world in this situation. I had a plan, I had talked to someone, but this did not materialize somehow. I actually wanted to create data center of excellence. I mean, we have very senior people who can actually migrate to place like Nashik, where probably the cost of living is less, and you have students there, ecosystem where engineering students are very much studying those topics, MCA, those topics which are required for data science, and using this tool which helps you guarantee the quality and the speed. And what will happen, that our people will be able to produce data science output at a speed and at a rate which will be uncompared. In fact, like, I can talk about a particular tool. I'll just take the name Nime, for example. Nime emerged in Germany in 2004 2005. Even that has no coding solution, but there, to get CSV data you have a different node, to get Excel you have a different node, so you essentially apply a lot. Now think of, in lieu of Nime, if you have this kind of tool, you can cater to the world at a much cheaper cost, and then we can become the hub of the world. And either we like or not, somebody can take away this kind of thing from us. So my suggestion would be that not to. And why we insist on that, it's still hiring engineers for doing this kind of thing, because this is one thing both myself and my partner realized, that we are working on this particular step from last 3 years, and trust me, day and night, including weekends. What we realize that probably it does 99% of the job, but there are 1 or 2% of the job probably that is not entirely built in here, and we will take some time to build those schedule here in the code. That time you need smart people, intelligent people. And if you are hiring from engineering and other places, and for every 10 or 20 people you have seniors like probably myself, my partner, and probably 2 3 more people like who can get there. Trust me, just 5 of us can lead a team of 100 people easily, and we can become the hub of the world's data science center of excellence, and can like really sell in the market in such a rate that nobody in the world can compete. So I'll say, like, don't be afraid. It is, and even if you are afraid, it doesn't matter. I mean, look at ChatGPT. It came, and who cares that Google is not getting so much demand? Gemini also came just because they wanted to compete with them. So I think this is the race anyway. We have to be there, and my belief would be that we are better to lead rather than just to let it go. I mean,
Also, Gopalji, also one more thing I would like to add on Divya's point, because this is really a valid point. So it's like more like AI will give you a dragon, but still the dragon, you have to train your dragon. I hope many of you have seen that movie, like, Train Your Dragon. So AI is AI and data is giving you a dragon kind of thing, as Gopalji have created he had trained his dragon. So what we have to do more is training our dragon now. So don't worry, but still there are many opportunities where humans are going to interact with these dragons. Right, the dragon will not do, as Gopalji, you started saying this is where the human interactions is coming, right? And then slowly, Gopalji, you showed the product where the human interactions is less, but you are still inputting what you are seeking from that, right, Gopalji?
and,
So,
and also, like when we will take people, we will train them, what is supervised, how to do that, when it is throwing output, how to interpret, so that when people are doing, this is one thing I say, people should be able to enjoy. I mean, right now people work like as if like their neck is on the chopping board, and like not that way. They should enjoy that. Okay, what this data, it is taking away the humongous effort and like repetitive task. It is making the job enjoyable, so that you can focus on, you can really enjoy that. Okay, what kind of quality output we have been able to produce in at such a fast pace, and that's what we are aiming to.
yeah. So more with the support of AI, you can focus on more innovations rather than doing the repetitive work, right, Gopalji here, because this is how you can reduce the repetitive work and can focus on innovation, where you can also add up something which is different from the the old, like Gopalji, you did an product patent for this. So slowly we are moving in a phase where every decade we are changing the phases of the businesses and the innovations across also, right? So earlier the innovations were different. Now if we just talk about 2020 century, I mean 2020 decade, we are innovating in different ways, right? So this is more as it is more as a power to us. It is more not like human raced against AI.
And even if you, let's say, textile came, obviously it like the machinery came, industrial revolution, and it created some mess. But if you are not there, English took away, right? So I should say, it is better that we are with AI rather than against AI,
Yes,
because
yes.
somebody is there, somebody is not going to listen that, okay, you are accepting AI or not. So it's better that we master it and we become the provider of the world, of the data science center of excellence.
Yeah. So one more thing, don't surrender yourself to AI, because AI is working for you. It's not against you, right? So yeah, continue, Gopalji. Maybe you are sharing one
No,
example. Right?
I think it's right now. It's like somebody might be leaving. That
Yeah.
somebody is just 5 minutes. Otherwise, I could have shown them a text mining situation.
Okay.
You want to like stretch a bit. If not, then there is just 5 minutes left or 4 minutes. But if you are like interested, just give me thumbs up. If you are interested, I can show you a text mining situation, which actually takes time. Okay, then let me show you, because some of you are interested. So let me show you.
Yes.
So let's just understand, this is the comment that, I'll just show you a data that you get the comment. But after getting comment, what do you do? How do you analyze that, okay, this set of, people are, why it is saying? So let me show you a situation so that you can relate to. These are actually like very much the comment that people had given about me only. And this is the real data. As I promised, it's a real data. And, they are put the comment. And I have put that, okay, if anybody is putting more than 5, call it positive, otherwise negative. More than 3, positive, otherwise negative. Now I want to figure out what kind of words, what kind of thing that people do when they are happy, otherwise negative. Now I have two options. One option is that you go through 928 comments, which is next to impossible. The other option is that you let the AI do the job. So here I will probably prefer AI to do the job.
Gopal,
Yeah.
I think your screen is not visible.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. So, thank you for pointing out. So I will just show you the data once again because you missed the data. So this is the data that you have about the review. This is a comment on my courses. If people have put more than 3 rating, I am calling it positive, otherwise negative. And these are the comments. Now I have the option that I can go through these 928 comments and figure out, which is a humongous task. Or I can say AI that help me that what is people putting if they are unhappy with me. So here if you look at my task is text mining. So I'll just go ahead say text mining. I will go ahead, I will say okay, read this data that I just showed. Okay, so here I'll just go ahead, all the data will be definitely in the recent, so I'm just using the recent again. So it is reading this data and I will directly come here. This time I'm not showing a lot of detail that it is doing directly here. Now if you look at text mining has several steps, like okay, what is the comment field? It figured out comment field. Is there a sentiment field? I want to figure out what sentiment, positive or negative. How many important features? 10 features. I am okay with that. What to wake method? No. Okay, I will probably do bag of words, which is a little easier to understand, something like that. It is also saying that you should remove number and punctuation, do stemming, because it knows in text mining these are the steps that you need to follow. So if you do that, it immediately starts going, it starts figuring out that okay, how to comment. So it's showing is every step how it is doing, and then it start putting. So if you look at it, starts putting positive, negative, and look at here. It says instructor. You'll say instructor. It course. There is no meaning, right? It says instructor has to come, course has to come, because it's all about course. So here we go ahead. We say okay, remove instructor, remove course, because these are not something that I want to do. So it is interactive. You did that, it immediately figured out okay, these are not something that I need to bother, and it will not put instructor this time. So look at here. So it's saying understand, good, difficult. These are, it is saying word wise frequency. For what? When it is 0 means segment positive is 0. So you say segment positive 0, understand, good. Here you go again, good. So you say how come it is possible that when it is good, 252 people are saying good, very good, and when it is good, 221 people are saying bad. So I will like to see an actual example. So it lets you do investigation. You say good, show me an example where people have put and show me 5 examples where people have put that okay, good, and still they have given you bad rating. What kind of thing that they have put? So you just did this selection. It says that good is appearing 21 times when sentiment positive is actually 0, means actually like rating is less than or equal to 3, or 250 times when it is 1. So what kind of word people are saying? People are saying initially the course was word, but some part of the details about the syntax and clarity, some video did not really explain well, and it became where the people have put good, overall good experience. So this is kind of, I should say, major people. Good effort, keep it, improve pronunciation. Pronunciation has been an issue known for, especially for the Indian people, because Indian people are the one who gets more affected by the accent, and they put the bad rating. But overall, what we used to take a week's task, the system is helping you to achieve in few minutes. Immediately it is giving you word, graph, method. You can now download the model, you can use it. And what is the use? Let's say if you are getting lots of email and you want that okay, which email should go to marketing, which email should go to customer service based on the email content, the tool can figure out, can run, and can automatically classify and can send the mail to different team, so that the team can revert to customer faster. Very good use of the data, correct? With me? I will stop sharing and probably I'll